vaccines are essentially to help us develop immunity against deadly diseases. With the present coronavirus pandemic, which is claiming about 2.66 million lives, vaccinations has once again acquired paramount importance. On the occasion of National Vaccination Day 2021, we at Get Set Up are once again here with you with yet another guest speaker, Dr. Akhil Uttekar. Dr. Akhil Uttekar is here with us. He's an MBBS, Mumbai, from Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College, which is known as Sion Hospital. Currently working in Municipal Corporation of Greater Bombay, the MCGM, as Assistant Medical Officer in Nana Chowk Health Post, that's the D ward, catering to almost 80,000 to 83 population and following up with the current vaccination drive going on in India. He used to be on call 24/7 and relatives, media and corporators used to call him even at 3 a.m. in the morning for their queries, but they had to be sympathetic to them. As senior citizens, pregnant women, and immune compromised individuals were at higher risk, they did house-to-house survey, which was followed by the My Family, My Responsibility campaign in October and November, after which they saw a decline in cases in D ward. Early detection and prompt action was the reason for such a low death rate in D ward. That's what Dr. Uttekar has mentioned. From March to November, they were working like any other health workers and so many doctors without a single leave or holiday, be it Ganpati, be it Navratri or Diwali. But when patients, their relatives, and the building authorities praised their work, it was the motivation to keep them going. On National Vaccination Day, the Government of India seeks to raise awareness about the necessity of immunization against not just the deadly polio virus, but every major viral disease that we do not have natural immune against. And COVID-19 vaccines for the vulnerable group are the latest addition. And Get Set Up is doing their bit in their own way, trying to get at least one speaker every week to be with us. So here we welcome Dr. Or Dr. Akhil Uttekar, I'm sorry. Dr. Uttekar, we are putting you on the spotlight, and just a little heads up for all this people in participant in the audience. We will be taking your question and answers toward the last 10 minutes. So if you have any questions in between, please keep posting them in the chat. We would ideally not want to interrupt doctor when he is speaking. He will try and share as much as he can with us. So doctor, you can, switch between English and Hindi from time to time. That's perfectly okay.
Well,
yeah, you will have to, you're unmuted, right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this is Dr. Akhil, Assistant Medical Officer working in the D ward. Thank you, Get Set Up India, for making this session on the special National Vaccination Day. It has been a tough time in the COVID, so they are taking the effort on their parts to aware the people, especially the older individuals who need the vaccination and who are at risk. So we'll start the session in the three parts. Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, doctor. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we'll start the session in three parts. We'll just brief on the COVID-19. What exactly is the COVID-19? What exactly is the coronavirus? Then what is the testing modality to check whether about the COVID-19? Because people have queries like what is antigen testing, what is RT-PCR testing, and what is antibody testing. Some of the people still confused between the antigen and the antibody testing. Then we will move on to the COVID vaccination, which is the major part right now for us. Okay. Yeah. So COVID-19 is actually the coronavirus, which is found in the 2019, and it was a novel strain of that coronavirus. That's why it was mentioned as the COVID-19 virus. Coronavirus is like any other virus. It has structure of the crown. That's why that is called as corona. That is a fascinating part about that virus. In coronavirus infection, if you see, as everybody know right now, it has the symptoms like fever, cough, cold, then body ache. Now the new symptoms have been added like diarrhea, vomiting, then loose stools. These are the new symptoms that have been added, and it has high infectivity rate as well as the high fatality rate, because since it's a new virus, people land up into the pneumonia, and we miss the early diagnosis, and people the mortality increases. So for that, the important part is the early detection. In the coronavirus early detection, if we go about it, main important thing about the coronavirus detection, if you see, is screening of the patient. We are seeing that every year we get cough, cold, fever, we get the viral infection. What is it? It is coronavirus only. The normal cough, cold virus is also
Cool,
coronavirus.
cool. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah? Am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes. Sorry about that. Go ahead, doctor.
Yeah. So, if you see, normally the cough, cold fever is also coronavirus only. So, it has high infectivity and mortality. That's why uh, this pandemic has spread to that extent that we need to quarantine the people. We have to put them into their houses for the 14 days from the day of their detection, so that they don't spread to the other individuals. The quarantine and the isolation is much more important, and people should be aware. It is not like it is a punishment for them, but as it is, because it is important, so that the if I am the young individual, I am traveling in the public place, I harbor the infection, I have the enough amount of immunity which will tackle the COVID-19 strain also. But if I go to my house, I have senior citizens at home, I might spread the infection to them. They don't have that much immunity. So, because of the lower immunity, they land up into the symptoms which will move on to the pneumonia now. So, it is that's why the quarantine is most important measure. Social distancing, mask, quarantine, these are the important measures to tackle the coronavirus. If somebody gets any kind of symptom like cough, cold, fever, body ache, headache, now the loose motion, vomiting, if any of these people get symptoms, then you have the testing modality to check whether you have COVID or not. So we have two testing modalities currently. That is, first is antigen testing, second is the RT-PCR. Antigen testing is like another any other pregnancy kit, which will give you results in within 30 minutes. RT-PCR will give you results in 24 to 48 hours span, because it takes time. It needs to sequence the virus and give the results. Okay. So if somebody has the symptom, you should always go for the RT-PCR test. That is most important. If you just want to screen, like if you want to screen in masses, or you want to screen your servant, whether for your new employment or something, you can directly go for their antigen test. Okay. So that's about the testing. If somebody gets the test positive, he should consult his doctor, the nearby local authority. He should. That is the most important thing, is to sensitize the people that it is not a stigma. They are under the quarantine. They will maintain the home isolation. They will not violate any guidelines, so that it will help in preventing the spread of the virus. So, uh, from here, we'll move on to the our major topic for today. This was the brief about the COVID-19 situation. What is the virus? What are the testing modalities for that? And now we will move into the major part of COVID vaccination. So currently in India, like as everybody knows, India has become most important country for right now in the world, because we are not just vaccinating, we are not just making the major vaccination drive worldwide, but we are helping other countries also by providing the vaccine at a cheaper cost, and the feasible vaccine, also the effective vaccine. We have current two vaccines in the India. First is the Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. Second is the Serum Institute of India's Covishield vaccine. We will go one by one, or rather we'll compare each and other vaccine, because I know majority of the people have query is like whether we should take Covishield or the Covaxin. Okay, so if you go in the Bharat Biotech's Covaxin, like both the vaccines have the same route of injection. It is the deep intramuscular on your left arm. On your left arm, they will give with the deep intramuscular injection. Who should not take the vaccine? Or what are the contraindications if you see? Then for both the vaccines, few contraindications are important. Like if somebody is immunocompromised, somebody has allergy or history of allergy to the first dose of the vaccine, he should not take the second vaccine. Anybody has any vaccine allergy or any drug allergy, that 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 becomes a contraindication. If somebody has a bleeding disorder, if somebody is on blood thinners, uh, bleeding disorder like hemophilia or any other clotting disorder, then he should not take the vaccine. Then if somebody have symptoms like your session has been planned for the vaccination, you have registered for your vaccine today, you get the date on tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Then if you have fever tomorrow, then you should not take the vaccine. Fever, cough, cold body, any of the symptoms that will show you are a suspected COVID case, you should not take the vaccine. You should postpone the vaccine rather. The another major side effect or the query of the people, whether we should take it for the breastfeeding mother or the lactating mother or the pregnant female. That is an important query. So right now, any of the vaccines don't have any trial data or efficacy data in the pregnant females or lactating females. They have just cleared the phase 3 trial. They have immunize the individuals which are healthy. Now the individuals which are comorbid, and they are giving the vaccine to every individual except the pregnant female. So right now they have to avoid the vaccine because we don't have sufficient data whether it will cause any fetal complication or the maternal complication, since the pregnancy is a different state of body only. Okay, so if you see this Bharat Biotech's Covaxin, first we'll go into that. It is an inactivated whole virus vaccine. And if you look into the serum Covishield, it is viral vector technology, which is a recombinant vaccine using the viral vector technology. So, this what is the main difference between that? If we see, then viral vector technology is like you select a virus of the same category, which will induce the cough, cold, and fever. You attenuated that, you take some portion, some genetic material, and you recombinant by using the recombinant technology, you do the production of vaccine. So it will start developing antibody into your body once it is in there. What happens in the inactivated or whole virus vaccine? If you give like this inactivated whole virus vaccine, you take the normal COVID virus only, you inactivated that using the chemicals and the reagents. Once it is inactivated, you inject into the person's body or the beneficiary's body. This vaccine goes into the body. It has the exact structure of the virus, but it doesn't have the capacity to multiply. So when it enters into the body, it will cause an immune reaction. That is called as active immunization, and that is the primary immunization. So with the active immunization, you start developing the antibody to fight against that inactivated virus. Since it is not multiplying, it is that vaccine virus is not going to harm your body, but it will rather cause the antibody production, which will help you tackle the next active virus infection. That is the most important part of the Bharat Biotech's Covaxin vaccine. Okay. If you see the efficacy data, it is 81% effective, whereas Covishield is 70% effective. That's what the study says. But most important part of this 70%, 80%, if you see, uh, any child can say that this 81% is definitely higher than 70%. Then why do we need to prove it? If you see the 70% of the Covisshield's efficacy, It has the AstraZeneca company with the Oxford. They have started production with the Serum Institute of India, but the 70% data is of UK and other countries where they have started vaccination using Oxford. But this 81% data of the Covaxin is 100% Indian for the Indian population. When the rotavirus vaccination was started last time, so when they started producing the rotavirus in India, the effectivity of the rotavirus vaccine in the USA it was 95 to 100%. But when the same vaccine came to India, it was around 45 to 50%. So it shows that when you change the population sample or the place where you are using that vaccine, it does matter because of our hygiene standards, because of our genetic composition. It all depends on that. So this 81% data is right now much more better for us. I would not say that Covishield is not a good vaccine or Covaxin is better vaccine, but the data of efficacy it definitely shows that Covaxin is uh, definitely higher for the Indian population. If you see the dose is 0.5 ml, which has to be in deep intramuscular 4 weeks apart. Minimum 4 weeks gap has to be taken. Then, uh, when any of the virus we inject into the body, be it the diphtheria vaccine, be it the tetanus bacterial vaccine, or the Covishield, the process of immunity is when you inject any kind of foreign material, body has capacity to tackle against it on its own. If you get fever, if you don't take paracetamol on time, in 1 or 2 days, if it is a mild infection, it will definitely subside without medication. That is a normal body's response. If it cannot tackle, then it goes into the severity. So that is what the antibody production and the immune system. When there is any foreign material that enters into the body, it will start developing the immune response. That immune response will start giving the primary immunity to the individual. That primary immunity will be defined by the normal, which are we called as the plasma cells in the blood. Then this immunity, after this immunity, we have the memory cells in our body, which recognizes the infection and which help in the antibody production after the further infection. So if you have the antibody already present, you will definitely have the memory cells also present in your body. So when next time you will get a COVID infection, this memory cells will recognize that this is the same type of virus which we had tackled last time. So we have to produce the antibody immediately. And once it starts producing the antibody, it will kill the virus. Right now, so if you see this process, right now the vaccines we are giving, these are safer only for the individuals who are taking the vaccine. It's not like we cannot spread the infection. We will definitely spread the infection if we don't do the COVID appropriate behavior. We have to use sanitizers, mask, social distance. These are the three key measures which we all have to remember till the majority of the vaccination drive is conducted, and we have to tackle this pandemic using these three mantras, we can say. So if we go through this process, why we are planning to do the mass vaccination on the part, we are doing right now, we are doing in the phases. First phase was to do it for the healthcare workers, second for the frontline workers. Now we are in the phase 3 of the immunization for the COVID, which is for the senior citizens for above 60 years and any individual between 45 to 60 years with comorbid conditions. Comorbid conditions include your heart disease, your blood pressure, your diabetes, immunocompromised state, your any transplant history, any major medical history, or any debilitating disease. So that becomes a comorbid condition. So between the 45 to 60 years of individual, if they have a comorbidity, we are giving them the vaccine. In the phase 4, then we will move on to below 60 years without comorbidity and to rest of the general population. Then you will see the more of the vaccination centers to vaccinate more number of individuals. Right now, more than 1.5 crore individuals have been vaccinated all over India. including the healthcare worker and frontline worker. And right now, the senior citizen individual immunization has also started, which is going on rampant. People are taking benefits of that, and majority of our, I think, beneficiaries of the Get Set Up India is also senior citizens. So I would suggest everybody to take the vaccine because it is safe. You already have the data. More than 1 crore population is vaccinated, so it is definitely safe for you. It is not harmful, and if there is any condition where you have any doubt, you can definitely reach your general physician, your family physician, who can guide you whether you want to take it or not. Yeah, Jayashree.
Doctor, should we go for antibody test?
I would say if you want to go on the antibody testing, you should definitely go for the antibody testing, but only after 14 days of immunization. Post
After
14 days.
14 days of
14
second
days.
dose. Second dose.
After 14 days of second dose, then only you will see the antibody response.
Somebody suggested.
Pardon?
Somebody suggested that after 12 weeks, second dose should be taken.
If you see after 12 dose, people are getting the antibody. It's not like the people are not getting, but 60 to 70% people are getting the antibodies. So you might land up into the panic situation. Like I haven't developed the antibodies, so whether the vaccine is working or not. Ideal time for the vaccination for taking the antibody test is after second dose, 14 days. It will
14
definitely
days.
tell you, yes, 14 days after the second dose.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So, doctor, would you like to take the questions now, or you're okay to take, or you want to finish something more that you want to share? That will be nice.
Yes. I have a few points to mention. Then we will move on to the
Yes.
question answer.
Right. That will be better.
The common query people are asking, like whether you want to like if somebody has dog bite, whether you want to take a vaccine or not, whether you should take the rabies vaccine with the COVID. You have a session already mentioned on the tomorrow. You get a dog bite today. Preferably, if you have a dog bite, you should take the rabies vaccine first and avoid your COVID vaccine for at least 14 days. Ideal time is 20 because you should not take two vaccines together. There can be a reaction, or there won't be a sufficient immune response, we can say, to your COVID vaccine because you are already taking it. And why I'm emphasizing on the dog bite is because the rabies vaccine, it is much more important than the COVID vaccine because the mortality for the rabies is 100%. If you get a rabies, there is 100% mortality. There is no coming back. But for the COVID, you can definitely delay. That is for sure. That was the one query most of the people asked me. Then another query people asked whether if you have taken the Covishield right now, and as we have mentioned that Covaxin is showing the much more efficacy from the data, so you want to change it to the Covaxin. There is a big no to that. There is big no. If you have taken one shot of Covishield, you should take another shot of Covishield only. If you have not taken yet, you should take Covaxin if you want to, and then second shot of Covaxin only. You should not mix and match both the vaccine. Then another question: if you want to postpone the vaccine, the postponement of vaccine is compulsorily in three conditions. If you are detected COVID positive, then if you needed an admission for any of the severe illnesses, if you are admitted recently, or you are a recipient of plasma. For these three conditions, you should definitely postpone the vaccine minimum 4 to 8 weeks post any of these illnesses. That is more important. So I would advise to just go through these important factors and decide whether you want to take the vaccine on the whether you are capable or you are eligible rather than eligible for that vaccine or not. I would just go through brief whether how is the flow of the vaccination process because as the people are aware about it, but I would rather like to just give a brief of it. So in India right now we are giving vaccination through the CoWIN portal only. It is linked to your Arogya Setu app also. You can do your registration from that, or you can directly register from the CoWIN portal, cowin.gov.in website. You have to go there. There is a register yourself section. You just go on that section. You just need few details like your Aadhaar card, PAN card, your complete name, your date of birth, or uh, and the ID proof which you are mentioning in that. You just do the registration. You'll get a time slot. You'll get a booking that your vaccination center is this. You'll get a message from the CoWIN portal that this is your vaccination center. This is your session time, session site. Yeah. If somebody want to take the Covaxin right now, there are only 5 centers. You are saying that is right, but in right now, since people are wanting to take Covaxin, government is planning to give both the options to the individual. In all the major facilities, we are rolling out the Covaxin also. So you will have the option whether you want to take Covishield or Covaxin. So I think that will solve your query, right? Is it solved? Hello, hello.
Yeah, this was asked by
Yeah, I just saw the question.
I have
Uma.
asked the
Yeah.
question. Yeah. Now, doctor, I have a question. The paper I read 12 weeks. Is it required to have a more gap between the doses?
So pardon, I couldn't hear.
No, between the first and the second dose. I read in the
Yeah.
paper there should be at least minimum 12 weeks. But
In USA, there was a debate going on regarding this that they should postpone the second dose between 8 to 12 weeks. But from our efficacy data, and they have done the zero surveys also. So from that, they have WHO said 8 to 12 weeks, but in India and ICMR and the government bodies decided it will be 4 weeks only. So, but if you want to take it later on, you can take later on, but not before 4 weeks. It means the meaning of that is not before 4 weeks. You can take later on. There is no issue with that.
achha,
But
between 4 to 12. Okay.
ideally it is 4 weeks, but you can postpone for 1 or 2 weeks also. That is not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
But according to you,
So-
Covaxin is better, no? Side effects are minimum.
I would suggest 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank
So
you, Uma,
Covaxin-
for asking. And maybe we'll just give him another 3-5 minutes if he has to close what he has planned to share, and then we open it for the question and answers. Okay, because we are already
So-
getting questions.
So as we discussed, as we were discussing the process of vaccination, so you will get a message of the session site, session time. You have to go to that session on the scheduled date and time, on the scheduled slot. You have to carry your documents which you have been uploaded on the portal, and it will be a smooth process. You will be directed with the token number after registering to a vaccination site. On the vaccination site, you will get the vaccine by a certified vaccinator. Like these are the certified nurses which will give the vaccine. From there, after taking the vaccine, you will move on to the observation room. There is a compulsory 30 minutes observation time. We are doing the observation time because since it's a new vaccine modality, we need to check whether anybody is getting immediate AEFI, adverse events following immunization. Anybody is getting that. If somebody has the adverse event, then it can be managed accordingly at the same session. That's why the 30 minutes of the observation is more important. Okay. And post vaccination, you might get like mild fever, body ache. Some people also get some of sore throat, cold. That is your normal immunological response. Don't get scared of that. Since you are getting the same virus which is going to induce the antibodies, you are going to get the symptoms, and these symptoms are showing that your vaccine is effective, your vaccine is working. You are getting the symptom because body is trying to tackle that infection which you have introduced using the vaccine. So it will develop the antibodies, and next time whenever you will contract the COVID infection, these antibodies will help you in tackling the infection. Okay. So after going home, you can just put on some ice on the injection site because you will have a tenderness on the injection site. You might get body ache, malaise also. You might get mild fever also. You can, for your fever and body, you can take the tablet Crocin or plain paracetamol 500 milligram, minimum twice a day. You can take. Okay, and with that, just don't get scared. Yes, inactive viruses are injected in the Covaxin, but in your Covishield, that this vaccine is made using the recombinant DNA technology. They are not injecting the direct virus into your body. They have just collected the material which is infective to the body from that virus. They have collected that material, and we are using the recombinant DNA technology. We are multiplying that DNA material which is harmful, and we are injecting that. In Covaxin, we are definitely injecting the inactivated virus. So we conclude on my part about the briefing on and the COVID vaccination information. I hope it was helpful to you. Now we can start with the question answer session.
Yeah, thank you, doctor. And I think we'll open this for the question. There are some questions already come in the chat box, so I'll just take them. And then if others want to add to the questions, you can raise your hand. We'll call out your name. Okay. So we had Jayashri had mentioned about the Brufen allergy. One should not get vaccine. If one has Brufen allergy also, one should not get vaccinated. So you did talk about certain allergies. So do you want to just
Yes,
add
yes.
something more?
As I mentioned about the in the start only, the contraindication of the vaccine. Any history of allergy to any food material, any drug, any substance, you have to avoid the vaccine, because we don't have any data regarding the idiosyncratic reaction. We call it idiosyncratic reaction because as our body is completely different of all the different individuals, we have different DNA materials. So to any foreign material, we don't know how our body will react. So if you have an allergy to one symptom, it can definitely give allergy in at least to some amount to this vaccine. These vaccines, the Covishield specifically contains the L-histidine. So anybody has allergy to any product containing L-histidine should avoid.
What about food allergy?
Yes, any food allergy, you have to avoid the vaccine.
That means you just avoid it for all times?
Yeah. For timing, you should avoid. Once we get the data after 2-3 months, maybe we'll have more data about what specific food allergy we are getting the reaction to the vaccine. Then once we will have sufficient data, then you might take the vaccine.
Yeah, but normally in food allergy, you don't know what food causes it.
No. As of now, we don't have any idea about what can react with this vaccination. So right now, it is advisable any allergy, any food allergy, any drug allergy, vaccination is contraindicated.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there was another question. I think you also answered that about the Uma had already asked about the 12 weeks gap, and here we are taking after 28 days. So you already explained that.
Yes. I think Mr. Sridhar is asking if anyone is suffering from cold, is okay to take the vaccine. I would say it is not advisable to take the vaccine immediately. Once your cough subsides, you take the medicine, you take the help of your family physician. Once you are okay from your symptoms, then only go for the vaccine. Because you're cold, you do not know whether it is a COVID or the normal viral infection, right?
Yeah.
Can the
So you did
vaccination lead
mention
to
that
COVID?
Pardon?
Can vaccination lead to COVID?
No. It right now there is no data of getting the COVID positive patients after vaccination, because since you have this in this Covaxin, you have inactivated whole virus, right? As I mentioned, this RT-PCR and the antigen test. I didn't go into I didn't go deep into that, but I would like to emphasize on that. RT-PCR testing is specifically the nucleic acid testing, the DNA material which we get from the body. We just measure it on the cycle, whether it is of the COVID or not. Since you are already injecting the inactivated whole virus, you might come false positive or the vaccine-induced COVID. It can be your normal other cough cold also, but it might come positive with the RT-PCR test. That is for sure.
That is possible.
Yeah. You can come positive with the vaccination because you're already giving the inactivated whole virus. RT-PCR just detects whether. Pardon?
Yeah, but one of the questions is, this post-vaccination first shot, what is the
Okay.
duration for which the symptoms can exist maximum?
Maximum, I can say 3 days. If you have fever more than 3 days, you should definitely consult your family physician, and you should definitely get treatment from him, because it could be an adverse event following immunization, and we need to report it to the government authority.
Okay.
Okay. So we have Jayashree Ghosh was asking, is it always to be given on the left hand?
Yeah. They have standardized the session, injection site and injection session. It has to be on the left hand only, because you will get the tenderness, you will get like you might get weakness of the limb also. So if your majority of the people are righty, so that's why they have standardized that we will give it on the left hand. So even if you get tenderness, you can at least do your daily chores with your dormant hand.
Right. Thank you. And Vibhuti mentioned about I had no fever or cough or any symptoms after vaccination. What does it mean? So it's not necessarily that you will break out with fever or cough, cold or cough.
Yes. It's not necessary. You will definitely get a fever also. See, as per the data, 60% of the people have got the fever. So there are 40% individuals who have not got any symptom, or like body ache, mild fever, they haven't got it. But yes, they have got the vaccine, and they have induced the immune response into that.
Yeah. So heart patients who are on blood thinners, should they be taking vaccine or not?
No. It is completely no for them. For the patient on the blood thinner or any coagulation disorder, bleeding disorder, right now it is no for them.
Right. About the cold, you have already answered about the mild cold. What if someone has any allergy? You said no. So somebody has asked, Mohan has asked about paint,
Perfume.
dust allergy, perfume allergy. So that again is no.
It is no for them. It is no for them.
Any allergy is no.
Okay. It is no for them, because if you are taking vaccine, even if you have allergy, the risk is on your side. You want to take it, you might have to give the consent to the same, that I have allergy, but still I want to take the vaccine. Okay. Then later on, if you want to sue to anybody, you cannot, right? So better to not take it. We have survived this 1 year with dramatic pandemic situation. So as the data is lacking regarding the allergy, we can just delay it for 2-3 months also.
Yeah. And Gunvanti, I think you did not get any symptoms, but the vaccine is effective. I think doctor has already answered that.
Yeah.
So Uma, also you got your answer about Covaxin, right?
Yes.
I think we have mentioned one question regarding doctors have said no to the cold or hot fermentation on injection site. Few doctors say that there is no need of cold or hot fermentation, because they say the local immunity might be suppressed after vaccination if you put cold ice pack or the hot fermentation. But it is advisable to do the cold fermentation or the hot fermentation only when you have tender injection site, not at all the time. But if you have tenderness on the injection site, you should definitely do it, because it should not spread further. Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor,
Thank you.
is it okay if I wait?
Pardon?
No, I have a question. Is it okay if I wait for 2-3 months and then take it? Because I'm little worried, because I'm getting. We are waiting.
There is
There
no compulsion right now to take the vaccine. If you
because
want
it's very pressure, people are taking, everyone. So everyone is asking whether you have taken it. So, but I want.
it's okay. It's all up to you. If you want to delay it for 1 or 2 months, it's okay. I'll give you my example. I had went for the vaccination, and on the same day, one previous day, I started getting mild cold. So they refused the vaccination. So I will be doing my antibody testing. If it is negative, I will be going for the COVID vaccination. Because if you have positive antibodies in your body, there is no point of taking the vaccine, right? Because you already have. You
So
can
is it
definitely delay.
no, is it
Pardon?
advisable to take the antibody test first and then go for vaccination?
It is not advisable, but if you want to do it, you can definitely do it. I suggest to my patients, the people who are coming to me, that they had COVID positive or they had symptoms last week. I suggest them you get your antibody test on the 14th day post your infection. You check it. If it is negative, it was not a COVID virus, you can definitely go for the vaccination. If it was not, if you have positive antibodies, you should delay your vaccination. People who
Thank you.
haven't got any symptoms anytime, they can definitely go for the vaccine. No problem.
I have a question.
Yes.
Ravi,
ask?
can I just hold on to your question? And Vidya
Yeah,
has
go ahead.
raised her
No
hand for
problem.
quite some time.
Yeah.
Vidya, you can unmute and speak.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Vidya, speak.
Yeah.
Audible.
Yeah. My question is like, if someone is already yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
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 I
we
can
can hear you.
Yeah,
Hello.
you can go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. If someone, hello.
Yeah,
Hello,
please
you're
go ahead,
audible.
Vidya. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. If someone already had COVID-19, and after how many? Because once you get infected, the antibodies get generated in your body. So before taking vaccination decision, like you said, one can go for antibodies test, but there are
Correct.
two types of antibodies for COVID-19. Some are
Yes.
like helpful, and means I had read that on net.
Yes.
So
I didn't mention that. Sorry for that. You are saying like type of antibodies, right? You're asking for the
yeah,
type of antibodies, no?
yeah,
Yeah. There are two
yes,
types of
yes,
antibodies against the infection. There is IgM antibody and IgG antibody. These are two different antibodies. For any recent infection, you have IgM antibody, which is developed earlier. Like if I have got cold today, within this 1 week, I will start getting the IgM antibody. That is my primary immune response to any infection.
yes.
Once I start tackling the infection, this battle will go on for a long time, I guess for 14 days or 28 days. And after that, this IgM will start decreasing. And my memory B cells, as I mentioned, you have memory cells in your body,
Yes.
which will start producing the IgG type of antibody, which are the long-term antibodies, and these antibodies are the protective antibodies. So if at all you want to check whether you have the protective antibodies or not, you should go for the IgG type of antibody test.
IgG. Okay, so we have to mention there that we want particularly
Yes.
this kind.
Most of the labs right now are doing antibody testing as in total antibody testing, but that will not be helpful to you. You have to specifically go for the IgG antibody test.
IgG. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, Ravi, you can come in.
Yeah. You see, my wife and I, we got vaccinated on the 4th of April.
Okay.
I recovered in a day or two, but
4th
my
of
wife,
March.
4th of March. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of us got vaccinated the same day. I recovered in maybe 2 days' time. I didn't have any temperature, just a sense of dullness. But my
Correct.
wife had a mild temperature of about 100 degrees.
Correct.
But following that, then she had a little bit of body ache, mild cold, a little bit of a running nose, and then 99
Correct.
degrees. And then coughing and all that kind of thing. And this went on till maybe 2 days back. So technically, let's put it that way, that from the 4th till about the 14th, she had these symptoms. My question is, how do I handle it going forward?
What I
She's feeling
want
okay.
to ask.
She's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to ask, if you have taken vaccine on the 4th of March, today is 16th of March. So you are saying
Yes.
she has symptoms for the 12 days without taking, even after taking the medication?
The medication was just the Crocin kind of thing, paracetamol.
Just the process.
Cancer. Actually, of course, she also took a round of antibiotics. Hmm?
Yeah, she took the round of antibiotics.
Yeah, she took a round of antibiotic for 5 days.
Still she has a cough, cold, or fever right now.
No, no.
No. So right now
She
what
has a
she has?
residual. She has a residual cough, but she says she's feeling fine.
Okay. That residual cough, I would like to emphasize that this can be there for at least a month also. Most likely your wife's cough will be dry cough, right?
Yes.
Right? So we
Yes.
call it as a post-viral cough. You can get after vaccination also or the normal infection also.
Okay. Now the
Yeah?
question
And
is,
that is not harmful. You just have to do the steam and gargling. It will subside on its own.
okay. Now the post 28 days vaccination is due around the 2nd of April. So
Okay.
should she go ahead?
Yes, definitely. By that time, if she right now she has only dry cough, her dry cough will definitely subside within a week, and she can definitely go for the second.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that was a relief, right? Nice to know these, clarify these doubts. So any more questions coming? We still have some more time. Please feel
I
free
think
to ask
Rashmi,
your questions and doubts if you
The other
have any.
question, one more question.
yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now tell me, my daughter-in-law, of course, she is in Canada, but she's
Okay.
expecting. What is the suggestion or the recommendation for vaccination?
She's expecting, she's pregnant, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So right now for her, it is no for the vaccination. From the Covaxin or Covishield, they don't have the sufficient data on the pregnant and lactating mother. So for at least for the next 6 months, even after her delivery, there will be no further vaccination to her.
So that means it is contraindicated.
No, it is completely contraindicated.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I think Rashmi had asked.
Rashmi has raised her hand.
Yeah, she had asked that she has started EcoSprin. She's taking EcoSprin. Is it okay to take the vaccine? If she had any bleeding disorder, and EcoSprin is almost majority of the people are taking, so they are giving it to the people who are taking EcoSprin, and they have not found any specific like side effects after giving to the people who are taking EcoSprin, because majority of the Indian population and all the senior citizens who have suffered stroke or something, they fall into the comorbidity and they definitely have the EcoSprin started. So we are giving to them.
One more question.
Yeah, from the blood thinners, we are more likely expecting anybody has the injectable blood thinner or anybody taking flexing injection. We are looking more into that when we are seeing the blood thinner.
Is it recommended post-vaccination to have EcoSprin to avoid clotting?
Yes,
They talk about.
Yes. No. Post, pardon, you can continue your question.
We normally don't take aspirin, EcoSprin, but
Correct.
because of the newspaper media reports saying that the Covishield creates clots, etc., it has been stopped for administration in some countries and all that. Is it suggested that we should consider having EcoSprin post-vaccination?
You should not take the EcoSprin on your own to stop this microclots in your body. As I was mentioning the difference between the two vaccine efficacy, I said that efficacy for the Indian population is different, for the foreign country and foreign individuals it is different. We have vaccinated more than 1 crore people, but we haven't got like they have reported, we haven't got cases which have blood clot or anything like that post vaccination. So that's why we haven't stopped it. Maybe they have more cases of that, so they have stopped. But taking EcoSprin or taking aspirin post vaccination to avoid this clot is not advisable.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. I think with these questions, Prakashji, do you have a question?
I think Uma was asking something like she's taking EcoSprin.
Doctor,
Yes.
Yeah,
Somebody
Prakash ji,
told
1
that
minute.
after
He's
12 weeks,
answering.
second dose should be applied.
Can I
After 12
complete
weeks.
the can I complete the Uma's answer first?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, she's taking the Ecosprin, and for the intermittent claudication, no heart issue. Yeah, you can continue your Ecosprin, no problem with that.
Okay, thank you.
Somebody
Yes,
advised that after 12 weeks, second dose should be taken.
After 12 weeks, yeah, as I mentioned, the WHO was in the discrepancies that it should be taken between 8 to 12 weeks, but India has decided that we'll keep it standardized, we'll give it 4 weeks apart only.
Chalo, okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for this wonderful session, Dr. Akhil Uttekar. You are sitting in your office right now in spite of your busy schedule. You have given us this time on this special day. I know from whole morning you have been on some or the other mission because of the National Vaccine Day. But our heartfelt thanks from Get Set Up team
Thank you
and
so
all
much.
the
Thank you so much.
participants. And
Thank
thanks
you
to
so
all
much,
the
team.
audience for making it more interactive by asking questions, because those are the questions which clarified the doubts in other people's mind also. So thank you so much for asking these
Thanks,
questions.
doctor.
That is why this session was conducted, so that, it's better to clarify and rather than living with the doubts. And
Yes.
listening to one another, we tend to, as human tendency, we listen to the neighbors, we listen to the people talking around, and we make our own conclusion. So it's good to listen to someone who's an expert in this field. So
Yes.
thank you once again, Dr. Akhil Uttekar, for being
Thank you so much,
here with
Chinta.
us.
Thank you for the audience for patiently listening and raising your queries so that I could solve your doubt. Again, a big thank you to Get Set Up India for keeping this most important part on the National Vaccination Day. Secondly, the cases are rising. So I would still say, even if you get vaccinated, there has to be a COVID appropriate behavior. Don't forget the mask, sanitizer, and social distancing. To please maintain that so that we can together fight the COVID-19 pandemic. And as I forgot to mention one more important thing, that this vaccination drive is going. It is not helpful unless we vaccinate the 50% of the individuals, because we will not get the herd immunity. Once the 50% individuals are immunized, we will once we achieve the herd immunity, then there will be less chances of increasing the cases, and together we will fight it. So please maintain the COVID appropriate behavior. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
my family, my responsibility, my safety, my responsibility is also very important.
Yeah, and now the My Mask, My Responsibility is the major campaign going on. So please wear a mask.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Doctor,
you.
once again.
Thank you.
Please give your feedback. For those who
Yeah.
are new here, look us up at www.getsetup.in and look out for the topics that are shown on the site. Choose your topic of convenience and interest and register
Thank
for the
you.
session. Thank you. Someone,
Thank you.
little fellow
Thank
is
you.
also saying thank you.